Hello guys, in this video let us discuss what is OAuth2. So let's say a user has an account in Facebook or Google or Azure Active Directory, and now using OAuth2 that user can log in our custom app using his credentials of Facebook or Google or Azure AD, but without sharing the credentials with our app. So as an example, there are many websites which ask us to log in using our Facebook or Google login, and I guess most of us must have experienced this. And now let's try to understand the details of OAuth2. So guys, we have already discussed it at high level in our previous video, but we will still repeat it over here. So guys, this is the first video I am recording using Paint app, and I hope you would like it. So we have this user, and this user wants to access our website. So let's say this is our website, and obviously we don't want to allow every user to access this website. Instead, we want to make sure that only authorized users can access our website. But then how we can decide which user is authorized and which is not? So let's say for this we have something over here. So that is our user store, or it is something which contains user information, and it may be Google, or it may be say Facebook, or it can be Azure AD. So this section, it will contain the information of the user. So that is our authorization server. So basically what happens is, when this user wants to access our website will first say that please go and authenticate yourself. So user will authenticate himself using his Google or let's say Facebook credentials, and once authenticated, a token will be sent to our website. And now here onwards, this user can access our website. Okay. Now, can I say that this website internally contains two sections or two apps? So here I will say this is my first app, and let's say this is my UI or front-end app, and another app, so I will call it my backend app. And let's say this app, that is UI or front-end app, it's been developed in React or Angular. And this backend app, so basically it contains APIs, and again technology in which these APIs are developed does not matter. So basically what happens is, when we say this user wants to access this website, this user will access our front-end app, and this front-end app on behalf of this user will access backend app, and thus we say that this user, he can access our website because he is an authorized user to access this website. Okay, and now when we say that this user is authorized to access this website, that means this user, he is authorized to access APIs from this backend app. Okay, and this user indirectly accesses the APIs from this backend app using this front-end app. Okay, so that's the summary of OAuth2. Okay, now can I say this UI of front-end app is a client app? So this is our client app. Again guys, see, these are this front-end app and this backend app, these are completely two different applications. But for end user, he has the seamless experience, and he thinks that this whole website itself is just one application. Okay, So this UI or front-end app is our client app, and this backend app, so it is our resource server. So can I say there are 4 entities involved in OAuth2? So first, this is the user who wants to access our website. So he is resource owner. Then second is this authorization server, from which we can decide whether that user is authorized to access our application or not. Then third is this client app. So it is our, generally it is our UI or front end app. And then the fourth is our backend app, that is resource server. Now let's go back to our PPT again. So again, just a quick recap. So we have 4 parts over here. First one, user or resource owner, that is user who wants to access our app. Then client app, so it is our UI or front end app. Then resource server, it is the app which contains APIs. And then authorization server, so for example Facebook or Google or Azure AD, etc.